Hello there, and thanks so much for joining me for another tutorial. I'm Erin Eno, and today we are going to have fun painting line and wash leaves in 3 different styles. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and to see more tutorials like this one, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Now grab your paint and your markers, and let's get painting. Today I'm going to be using my Artisto watercolor sketchbook. It is not a cotton paper, it's a cellulose paper, but it is 140 pound. It's 5.5 by 8.5. I have my Royal Talons Van Gogh paints in my palette, jar of water, and a paper towel. I have 3 brushes today. I have 2 Princeton Neptunes, one in a size 8 round and one in a size 4 round. And I also have a Curry's 2500 series in a size 8 round, just in case these aren't behaving the way I want them to. And most importantly, you need some fine liners. We're going to be doing the line work after we paint, so your markers don't necessarily have to be waterproof or bleed proof. Sorry, I'm going to correct that. They do need to be bleed proof. Just do a little test on your paper to make sure that they don't like travel and bleed too much. So I'm using the my Signo Micra pens in a size 0.8 and 0.3. I also have a Sharpie bleed proof pen. These are quite good as well if you don't have the Sigma Micron. I would say the weight of this is probably close to the 0.3, maybe up to a 0.5. Now for the first one, I've just got a mixture of sap green with a little bit of olive green, and we're just going to do plain leaves, okay? We're not going to get really too intricate here. So I'm just going to start with the leaf at the top. Okay, so I'm just doing one stroke, then coming down the other side and doing the other stroke to finish I was going to say petal, to finish the leaf off. Okay, then I'm going to come down and just make a curved stem all the way up, like so. And if you're getting pooling and you're concerned with uneven drying, which I'm probably going to get because this is a non-cotton paper, I fully expect it, but I'm not too concerned about it, so don't be too concerned about it. So I think I'm just going to do 6 leaves on this. I'm not really big on the way the lighting is right now. There we go. That might be a little better. Okay, so I'll do another leaf coming up here. And we're not too concerned about variations in color and stuff, but you know, put a couple waves in your leaf, in your leaves, just to give them some life and a little bit of movement. Okay. Just like that. These are going to dry lighter, but I think I want them just a little lighter than that last one. Here I'm just going to do a little bit of a curve. I don't want it that light. And we'll do another one coming off this side. Okay, so I'm just starting with the tip of my brush, pressing down and coming up. Okay, and then we'll do one here. Maybe have this one kind of hanging down a little bit, like so. And we'll do one last one out here. Just a simple little stem of leaves. Okay, and that's all we're going to do with that. I don't know if I like how dark this one is, but I think it's probably a little dangerous to go in and lighten it up, so I'm just going to leave it. And for the second one, I'm going to make a mixture of sap green and Prussian blue. So we get this kind of teal, kind of bluish teal green color. And again, we're just going to do a simple stem of leaves. Okay, so pressing down, coming up, pressing down and coming up. Now in this case, I do want them to dry fairly evenly, so I'm just going to mop up some of that paint. And we'll just do the same thing, just simple leaves, like so. I like this color, it's pretty. And here we'll do a few more. I'll do one hanging down here as well. Maybe have one coming out a little further over here. So that's our second branch of leaves, and for the third branch, I'm going to switch to my smaller brush. I'm not going to use that other size 8, I don't think. So for the third one, I'm actually going to move my palette around. We're going to use the mixture of sap green and olive green again. And for this one, we want really loose leaves and a wavy stem, okay? So I'm just going to start with the stem just to establish where I want all my leaves to go. And I'm just going to kind of do a curvy stem like that. Then you're just going to go in and start putting in leaves just anywhere you want a leaf. And we're just going to do little ones. Okay, just like that. And they're all going to be different values. And you can just kind of come off the end, do some squiggles like that. And do some kind of lines on the edges of the leaves, just to make it really kind of organic, like so. You can even do a stem coming off that has a few leaves coming off of that stem. Okay, and we'll do some lighter ones by just kind of okay, so we've got some lighter ones in here by just cleaning your brush off. Okay, so you're just going to continue this until you just get a nice full branch of leaves. And just keep going from side to side. And you can even just go in and plunk in some leaves anywhere, you know, like just coming off and in between the leaves. They don't necessarily have to be attached to a stem. because you just want that kind of organic, full, loose feeling. And you can even add in some of that blue if you want, just for a little deeper mixture. And you can also put some leaves right in the middle of the stem, okay? Because they're not all going to be coming off either the left side or the right side. So you can plunk some right in the middle. You can also go in and make some darker. Okay, so they're just really loose and expressive with little squiggles. I think I'm going to add some I just wanted to add some indigo in there to make a really dark green. It's going to change the hue, but I'm going to water it down so it's not crazy dark. Okay, so now we're going to let them dry, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do the line work. Okay, so everything's good and dry now, and for the first one, I'm going to use my size 03 Sigma Micron pen, and this one we're going to do in an illustration style. So you're just going to outline the leaves right where you painted them. And I'm just going to keep this kind of simple. You can, of course, make it as detailed as you like. But to start, I'm just going to outline everything, even the stem. Whoops. If this gets too tedious, I will just do one or two and then fast forward so I don't bore you to tears. But I just want to make sure that I show you everything that I'm doing. And then that way you can just either follow what I'm doing or make yours a little more detailed. I want to keep it fairly simple. I don't want to, overcomplicate things because you get quite a nice effect by just keeping it simple too. Whoops, I didn't do such a good job there. Do not have a steady hand today. I think I'm trying to rush it. And turn your painting as much as you need to. I'm going to be turning it a lot, so I hope it doesn't make you dizzy. Okay, so we've got everything outlined like so. And like I say, I'm just going to keep it simple. So I'm going to go along each leaf and just do a vein down the middle. And I'm not going to do a solid line on all of them. I'm going to kind of break it up in spots. And also where, excuse me, where your leaves curve, make sure that you make the vein curve a little bit with it as well, okay? Because if you don't do that, it's just going to look a little flat. Now we want to make it look less flat and give it some shape, okay? So I'm going to do that by just doing veins coming out of the center, and they're going to curve. That way the petal looks like it's, or the leaf looks like it's kind of curving out and down, or out and back a bit, if that makes sense. Okay, so just a few. Okay, and just use your marker like a pencil. You don't have to do like dead solid hard lines. Okay, just make them kind of sketchy like that. And then when they curve, whoops, I did that one wrong. Actually, you know what? I did that one curved this way, and it actually makes it look like it's curving around. So actually that's not a bad thing. Just kind of threw myself for a loop there. Okay, so once you have that, you can leave it at that, but we're just going to add a little more definition by just going into the center and just doing these little kind of hatch lines. Okay, so I'm just really just using this marker like it was kind of like a pencil. Okay, not doing too heavy a line here. And then you can heavy up the middle vein a bit if you want to give it a little more depth. And I'm just going to do that to the rest of the leaves. And start off light. You can always go back in and add more darkness if you think it's required, but just start off light first. Okay, so see, they're just little hatch marks. And it just gives your leaf a little shape. Just like that. Now this one I kind of messed up because I've got the reins going the wrong way. So I think I'm going to do the little hatch marks that way too, and that'll kind of hopefully accentuate that curve. Or it might just look like fur, which it kind of looks like fur, but it'll all be okay in the end. Sorry if I'm spinning my paper a lot, but like I say, that's what you have to do to kind of get these curves drawn the easiest way you can. Okay, now this one's kind of weird too because I went the wrong way. So I'm going to do my hatch marks following the direction of those veins. Actually, this one I'm going to try this way. So clearly there's no definite right or wrong, but that's really as simple as it needs to be. And like I say, you can add even more depth. You can heavy up the veins if you want, but I don't want to overwork it too much. You can, you know, put some hatch marks on the outside edges to look like little shadows if you want to do that. But I just want to keep it kind of clean and kind of simple. So that's that, and that is our, that is our illustration. So that's the illustration style. Then I'm going to switch to my thicker fine liner, and this is the 08. You could even go to like a 1 if you want. And this is going to be like a graphic style, okay? So you're going to follow the shape of your leaves, but you're going to offset the line. So you're not going to draw right around the leaf. You're going to go follow the shape of it, but offset it. Okay? Just like that. And I'm going to do that to each and every leaf. And if you offset them, like this one to the left, you can do this one to the right. There's no set way to do this. You just go wherever you want. Just like so. Just really deliberately offset. one last leaf. I'm just going to do a line on, I think, one side of the stem. And I will offset that line as well. Okay, just like that. And then you can go in and do veins on this as well, but I'm just going to keep it simple and just do one main vein down the middle. And again, you're going to follow whatever curve you've painted in on each leaf. Did I say petal before? Just like that. And that is our simple graphic style. Okay, and for the last one, I'm going to go back to the smaller or the finer marker. This is the 03. And this one is going to be loose and organic. Okay, so because this is kind of loose and light and delicate, that's why I want to use a smaller fine line, or smaller fine liner, yeah. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and just do very loose strokes around the leaves. And you don't even have to draw lines around all of them. Okay, you can leave some without any lines on them at all. And you'll see I'm not doing, like, I'm not going in and drawing a leaf. I'm just kind of putting lines in wherever, just to keep it kind of really loose. And I don't know, is whimsical the word I'm looking for? I'm not really sure. But you see, I'm not hitting every single one. And I'm definitely not staying in the lines where we actually painted. Again, I'm just keeping it really loose. And you can also add some little dots and squiggles in there. And you can do every leaf if you want, but I suggest just starting out doing, you know, a few here and there. And you can make it as detailed as you want or as loose as you want. Okay, you can go in and draw some of the little stems there. You can do veins down the middle if you want. You don't have to. Just keep it really light and loose. I think I may be hitting almost every single one of them, but the idea is if you don't hit them all, it really doesn't matter. Just kind of loose and fun. But because I want it kind of sketchy like that, that's why I want to keep it to the smaller size fine liner. And that's it. That's all we're going to do for that. And I really like this one. I've been playing around with these a lot in my sketchbook. I just like the look of them. And that's it. So we've got our illustration style, our graphic style, and our loose organic style. So that's it. 3 simple ways to do line and wash leaves. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and that you found it helpful. And as always, if you're on Instagram and you do give one or all of these a try, please share your work and tag me so I can have a look. That's it for today, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care, and I will see you next time.